There we Look at that, we've got it. Okay, technology is not my thing, but we're going to look at, today we're going to look at the 6 to 12 child, but we're going to do a recap, of the 0 to 12 child. So we're going to look at how all of these stages of development work together. So the child's first environment. So we're going to go back to the first environment and we're going to look at how each of these stages in the child's life need to be supported well in order to get to the next stage. So it's like planting a seed in the ground. We need to ensure that the seed gets all of the nourishment, because a garden doesn't start as beautiful grass and beautiful flowers. It doesn't start like that. It starts as the tiny seed, and how you nurture it and how you love it. So a good example, mummies and daddies, or a good insight for you is look at the plants in your house. And if they're often dying, you've got to say to yourself, well, if I'm not very good at keeping a seed alive, what damage am I doing to my child? So I say that to the staff at Happy Days. I say to them all the time, once the plants in the children's house are blooming, then you know that your energy is right and it's working well for the children in your environment. So if you're killing plants, ladies and gentlemen, think about what you're doing to your children. And people laugh at me and think, oh, that's crazy. It's not, because we need to give nourishment to the plant. We need to give so much nourishment to our children. Now, anybody who doesn't know me, and maybe this is your first time on, I'll apologize in advance, because I'm a little, I'm Irish, number one. I'm not apologizing for that, but I have a sense of humor that maybe some people find difficult. So I apologize. Nothing is ever intended. So the child's first environment. So what I would like you to do today, if we can, Sarah's entering. Hi, Sarah. I hope you're setting up. What I want us to do today is I want us to kind of get a bit interactive with me today. So when there's a quotation, I'll ask you to please read it if you would read it for the group, so that, and if nobody offers to read it, I will pounce on somebody. Okay. So this is the first environment. Anybody willing to read this quotation? Go for it, Rafet. Yourself.
Dr. Montessori said, if we consider the child's very first environment in the womb of the mother, we realize that that nature has given us a clue to an ideal environment. Here the child has warmth, nourishment, security, shelter, protection, the freedom to develop without interference in response to nature's plan.
Thank you, Rafet. Beautiful. And that's the key to where we're going to start today. Sorry, somebody's saying something. Oh no, that's okay. Preeti Patel. The Preeti Patel. I love that. Beautiful. The Preeti Patel. Love that. I love that. And that's the key. That's our cue for today. In the womb of the mother, nature is showing us what our children need. Now, people say when the child comes to the age of 6 to 12, they don't need much of that anymore. Wrong. They need it at 6 to 12, 12 to 18, 18 to 24. My daughter is 19 now. She needs this more than she needs it when she was this age. The child has warmth, nourishment, security, shelter, protection, and freedom to develop. Wow, 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 wow. What amazing things to have. And what things we forget that our children need. Warmth. Okay, we keep them warm. Nourishment. Okay, we feed our children. Do we give them security? Do we give our children security, ladies and gentlemen? Or are we flying off the handle one minute? That's an Irish expression, meaning do we go crazy one minute, shouting because you didn't put your shoes away, and the next minute, I love you, darling. You didn't put your shoes away. I love you, darling. You know, security, there's no security in that madness. And that's us. We fly off the handle. We then turn around and hug them and kiss them and say, oh, I love you. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. Why didn't you put your clothes away? Why didn't you do your homework? And then an hour later, I love you. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. That's not security. That's confusion. That's lack of security. Shelter. Yes, okay, we give our children shelter. We provide them with a house and a bed and all of that. Protection. Do we protect our children from ourselves? Often not. Often not. I had this discussion